I am wearing a Grandad shirt today and I decided to fold down the collar because I felt like that would go better with a v-neck. Does it? I have no idea. Somebody tell me how fashion works. That doesn't look good. Nope. Don't like it. We'll stick with that. I don't know what that is. Well, really got off topic there. Okay, Today is National Coming Out Day. Today actually isn't National Coming Out Day. Today is the 7th of October. As far as I'm aware, National Coming Out Day is on the 11th of October. Or International Coming Out Day? Anyway, happy 11th of October if today isn't National Coming Out Day. I'm dyeing my hair purple because I don't own any purple clothing, so that seems like the logical thing to do. And I wanted to talk a little bit about coming out. That's something I haven't done on YouTube yet. So that's gonna be really insightful, maybe. Maybe not, don't know. Am I gay? Yeah. Okay, coming out I would define as the act of telling somebody that you are gay, lesbian, transgender, bisexual, pansexual, asexual, shush phone. What did I say? Asexual, non-binary. Probably some other stuff as well. I can't think of anything else right now. Queer. We'll say queer as the umbrella term. Queer, for those of you who don't know, just means that you are effectively questioning your sexuality, and you know that you don't fit into the heteronormative spectrum of things. I'm gonna split it up into two halves of one general process, the process of coming out. For the purposes of simplicity, I'm going to use the word queer as an umbrella term. There's two halves of the process. The first half is figuring out that you are queer, and the second half is the action of coming out to a family member. Coming out literally just means telling someone that you are queer. That's all it is. And that is surprisingly really difficult and scary. And that is the second half of the process. I'm not going to focus on that today. There is so much advice on that. But I'm going to focus on the first half of the process, which is really the figuring out side. Because I feel like not enough people talk about this. Some TV shows and books kind of have a look at characters struggling with their sexuality, but actually not enough people kind of emphasize the importance of figuring it out for yourself, because it's really difficult. It's, you know, there are some lucky few, and it's very much an image perpetuated by gay men that you just know when you're a child. I think to some extent that image exists within the trans community as well, but I'm not sure. If you're trans, you can let me know. But there's this kind of image that you know from a young age, and actually that's not true with everyone. I definitely believed I was straight, believed I was interested in women until I was 16. Yeah. So it's not that easy. The media has a lot of straight couples in it. Unsurprisingly, any sort of queer sexuality is really underrepresented. Any same-sex, sexuality is really underrepresented. Forget about trans people. Orange is the New Black is pioneering, as far as I'm aware, the way with having not even a key cast member, which is a sad part, but Laverne Cox as being a trans member of the cast and being a trans character is fantastic. It's really, really fantastic. What I wanted to talk about is this idea of going through a phase. A few times I've come out to people. The reaction hasn't been malicious. It hasn't been wholly non-accepting. what it's been is, well, are you sure? Are you sure that you're gay? Are you sure that you're queer? And further to that, it's been turned into a positive thing that I might not be sure, which is really kind of hurtful. Everyone knows about the idea of there being a phase, that you are gay but it's only going to last for a few months or a few years, it's just a phase, you're just experimenting. I think largely that affects women a lot more than it does men, which really sucks, because women are given a lot less credibility for their sexuality. But this concept, a few times I've come out to people and they've said, well, it's really great that you have figured that out, but just don't close yourself off. Don't ever stop experiencing things. Don't ever shut off the idea that you could fall in love with anyone. And could I fall in love with anyone? Maybe. I don't know. But the point is I choose to identify as homosexual, and I don't really think I could fall in love with anyone. I think I'm going to fall in love with a man. Sorry, but it's true. I'm not sorry. But when you say this to me, you show this fundamental lack of understanding for what the coming out process is. The coming out process is one big fucking question. And nothing feels okay. And you don't know whether or not what you're thinking is normal, or what you're thinking about is acceptable, and you hate yourself for thinking about it because no one else is thinking about it. Everyone else seems to be quite happily straight. Or, happy in their gender, cisgender. When you're coming out, you spend a lot of time questioning these things. But a straight person doesn't have to come out. A straight person who automatically fancies the opposite gender, a cisgender person who automatically feels comfortable in their skin, in their gender, never ever has to even consider that what they're thinking might not be okay, that what they're thinking might be wrong, that what they're thinking might just be a phase. They never have to have a discussion with someone where someone says, well, never close yourself off to the possibility that you could fall in love with somebody of the same gender as you, or that, you might not be trans. You might just be normal, but a bit confused. They never have to have this conversation with anyone. So when you tell me that I should never close myself off, what you're telling me is that you have never gone through the coming out process, but that I should go through the coming out process again. And that's not really okay. I spoke for too long again. I'm gonna go. I hope I can cut this up a bit. Have a great day.